Hi, this is Cherise Benton, and this is my Module 5 video reflection. My 3 favorite websites examined in this module, the first being the Discovery Education website. It has a lot of free resources for teachers, free being the keyword there. The first thing that stuck out to me was this scrolling advertisement that they had on their website. Not an ad, that makes it sound like it's from an outside place, but they had this scrolling thing going across the page that had events and various activities and things that they were making you aware of. And one of the things on there was for a Play 60 challenge, which is something that the school that I work for participates in, this Fuel Up to Play 60 program about eating healthy and getting active. And I thought that was really cool to see something like that tied in with the American Heart Association, which also we just got done doing Jump Rope for Heart. So it's very practical because it has a lot of things on it that we're currently doing at the school that I work for. So it was nice to see that. It also had a brain-boosting library, which I thought was pretty cool. It had 5-minute little warm-ups that were silly and fun little challenges to get the minds ready to absorb more information. I thought that was a really cool idea. My second favorite website was the Brain Pop website. At my school we use this one too, but the junior version, seeing as I work in an elementary school. But it has interactive lessons with various subjects. It's laid out really simply so kids can follow it. There's games that are in there that the kids can play that are relatively educational, so they're not completely jumping off the education wagon when they play these games, but it still allows them to have a brain break and still nourish their brains as well. And then my third favorite site has to be the Kia website that we're actually required to make some activities in for this module. I really enjoyed it. I want to look into what the price is going to be after the 30-day trial, bring it up to my job where I work at the elementary school, because you can assess the kids. There's activities that you can make this online resource for them to be able to come to, and it's a really controlled environment. And this is one of the things that we had discussed about previously, these social websites and all these places where you can meet and get together and do activities together and provide this online way of being able to stay in touch, and how hard it would be to control something like that. Well, this website is Kia is a wonderful way to get there. It doesn't even really seem as though that you can have much of that social environment. It really is all about just getting to the class page and talking to the person who's in charge of the class and the activities that are assigned in there. It's very controlled, and I'm really excited about using it. I think I'm going to use it with my tutoring students whether they want to or not. I'm pretty excited about using it. So the experience that I had in that, when I was in the Kia website, I used spelling words for my activities because I work primarily with reading intervention. And so with one of the activities, I was able to do actually more than one thing in it, which was pretty cool. I did a word search, and then this thing called concentration was basically like memory, to get them to be able to recognize the correct spelling of the word in several different ways. And then also the second activity I did was a word jumble, and again, being able to recognize and manipulate the letters in a way that it looks right to them, and then recognizing what is the correct spelling, so that when they're on their spelling test and they write it the wrong way, they can recognize, hey, that's not right. Let's see, with the online education repositories, in the OER Commons website, I was able to locate several different lesson plans that had various activities, as well as assignments and assessments that were already created. And then there's also the ability to submit and create your own and share them as well, your activities and assignments and things. I followed a very user-friendly search filter, actually, that allowed me to be very specific in what I was looking for. It led me to an entire 12-lesson set for a second grade comprehension lesson plan that had assignments and assessments, and it was tying it all into science as well, which that cross-subject tie-in is always a good thing. And it was called Reading, Writing, and Rings, referring to, the rings in space, thus the science tie-in. And it was really neat being able to look through that 12-lesson set and see the various activities and all the information and really cool-looking things for the kids to look at. It looked really interesting. Let's see. Another one that I went to the Open Academy website, and I was able to find a lot of different ways so that I can further my own education, which obviously the more you learn about things, the better of an educator you become. So I definitely see that benefiting my future classroom because it'll benefit me as an educator. Um, um, Seeing OERs as an important resource content in the future, oh my gosh, it already is. I mean, I use it in school constantly, online resources. It's so much cheaper and it's consistent, which is really nice. All three of those things are definitely efficient and effective, and I definitely see a push moving towards that in education in the future. I really enjoyed this module. Thanks, everyone.